The night stretches thin between what was and what will be. Before you close your eyes tonight, a decree travels through the unseen, the release of 815 million in divine blessing. This number is not fantasy, it is formation. It marks completion in sequence. 1 for beginning, 2 for agreement, 3 for manifestation. Heaven calls it the progression of promise. Where are you watching from? Speak it aloud or whisper it in faith, because acknowledgement opens alignment. When you identify your ground, the current finds you. Many will pass this word as noise while scrolling past what heaven speaks. Let them. Only the few who stay until the end will witness transfer. Those who linger will inherit what others dismiss. This decree is not written for curiosity. It is written for coordination. Gratitude will be the password. I have observed how you whispered thank you even when outcomes hid themselves. I saw you lift tired hands in rooms without applause. Those hidden moments became heaven's data points. Now the system compiles them into substance. Tonight, recompense wears form. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not idleness. It is awareness sharpened into reception. When you rest, you reset. When you stop chasing, you start drawing. The first motion of the 815 million is peace, because peace proves trust. If I release increase before stillness, it would drown you, but your calm has matured. The vault can now open safely. You have wondered why others seemed ahead, while you remained unseen. I hid you for preservation, not punishment. Seeds do their best work in dark soil. You were not buried, you were planted. And now the sprouting begins. Signs will follow swiftly. Emails answered. Conversations reopen, peace replacing pressure. Do not call it coincidence. Call it confirmation. Every act of thanksgiving has been a deposit. Each moment you shared light, supported what carries my voice, or gave through faith, those were transactions recorded in eternity. Give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Tonight, that running over begins.
The decree is not only financial. It includes clarity, credibility, creativity. I am increasing the capital of your influence. Money will flow as a servant, not a master. Ideas will attract resources. Peace will attract partners. You are stepping into divine infrastructure. Systems that sustain blessing instead of leaking it. Stay a little longer. Heaven works best through patience. You who remain until the last word are writing your signature in life. The current reads commitment as currency. When you listen fully, you complete the circuit. Those who quit early cancel their confirmation. Before tonight ends, pause and breathe. That quiet warmth around you is not emotion, it is evidence. Gratitude has activated heaven's geometry, aligning numbers, names, and nations around your obedience. You are stepping into divine infrastructure, systems that sustain blessing instead of leaking it. Stay a little longer. Heaven works best through patience. You who remain until the last word are writing your signature in light. The current reads commitment as currency. When you listen fully, you complete the circuit. Those who quit early cancel their confirmation. Before tonight ends, pause and breathe. That quiet warmth around you is not emotion, it is evidence. Gratitude has activated heaven's geometry, aligning numbers, names, and nations around your obedience. You are standing in convergence, spirit and matter meeting. When you give, when you share this word, when you tap super thanks as covenant instead of charity, you are not paying for miracles. You are participating in motion. The decree multiplies through those who move it. I always expand what flows forward. This night, let nothing distract. Keep your heart clean, your hands open, your spirit still. The first wave of 815 million moves through gratitude, through giving, through grace. The proof will come quietly, but it will come. You are not waiting for confirmation. You are living in it already. Say softly now, thank you for trusting me. That sentence writes your name across the vault's horizon. The decree is awake. The countdown has begun. Heaven has located you. And now the current must move. Gratitude has unlocked the vault, but activation releases the flow. Tonight, before you rest, what was invisible begins to translate into motion. You have already qualified. Now you must cooperate. Faith alone opens the door, but action walks through it. Activation begins not in frenzy, but in focus. Stillness opened the gate. Movement keeps it alive. When you give, when you bless, when you share this word, you are not making donation, you are maintaining direction. Every thank you spoken in peace becomes propulsion. Every small step in obedience becomes signature recognized by the system of heaven. Do not overcomplicate what activation means. It is simple. Gratitude expressed through motion. Gratitude that sits still becomes memory. Gratitude that moves becomes miracle. Faith without works is dead. Your faith lives because you move. You are not pushing. You are participating. You are walking inside what was already built for you. You may notice subtle nudges. An idea resurfacing, a name coming to mind, an urge to complete what you once postponed. Follow these. They are divine prompts disguised as thoughts. When you act on them, the current accelerates. Heaven has already mapped the path. Your obedience supplies the pace. I will guide you with peace, not pressure. Wherever you feel calm, proceed. Wherever you feel confusion, pause. My voice will sound like stillness. The 815 million is not chaos. It is choreography. Everything you touch in alignment will multiply without strain. Each correct step summons resources already waiting in hidden vaults. Now let me speak to what you have carried in silence. I see the nights you lay awake calculating what you cannot stretch. I see the mornings you forced yourself upright under weight that should have broken you. I see the bills that piled higher than your hope. I see the shame that burned when you had to decline invitations because your account would not cover the cost. I see the exhaustion from working 2 shifts and still falling short. I see the tears you hid from your children when they asked for things you could not provide. I see the dignity you wrapped around desperation so no one would notice you were drowning. None of it was wasted. Every tear became fuel. Every prayer became currency. Every act of hidden faithfulness became coded confirmation that you can be trusted with increase. You thought the delay meant I forgot you. You thought the silence meant I stopped caring. You thought the struggle meant I was angry. But the delay was never denial. It was development. I was not withholding from you. I was building capacity within you. If I had released the 815 million 3 years ago, it would have destroyed you. Your character could not carry that weight. Your wisdom could not manage that responsibility.
Your faith could not steward that influence without corruption. But every season of scarcity taught you resourcefulness. Every month of stretching $1 until it screamed taught you stewardship. Every moment of trusting me when your bank account said 0 taught you faith that money cannot buy. I was laying foundations strong enough to hold the structure I am about to build. Let me show you how this works in my word. Do you remember Joseph? He was his father's favorite. He had prophetic dreams that he would rule over his brothers. But before the throne there was the pit. Before the palace there was prison. His brothers threw him into a cistern and sold him into slavery. He served faithfully in Potiphar's house, only to be falsely accused and imprisoned. Years passed in darkness, but Joseph never cursed me. He interpreted dreams. He served with integrity. He honored me in the hidden place. And when Pharaoh needed someone who could hear heaven and manage resources, there was only one man qualified: Joseph. The prison prepared him for the palace. The pit positioned him for promotion, and when famine ravaged nations, Joseph had stored enough grain to save millions, including the very family that betrayed him. His suffering was not punishment, it was preparation for a sign. So it is with you, beloved. You have been in your pit. You have been in your prison. You have served faithfully when no one was watching. You have honored me when circumstances screamed that I abandoned you, but I never left. I was developing you. The 815 million is not reward for perfection. It is recognition of perseverance. It is confirmation that you can carry wealth without losing worship, that you can manage increase without abandoning integrity, that you can steward influence without surrendering humility. Let me give you another example. Do you remember the widow of Zarephath? There was severe famine in the land. She had only enough flour and oil for one last meal for herself and her son. Then they would starve. But the prophet Elijah showed up at her door and said, "Make me a cake first." What audacity! What insensitivity! Or was it? She had a choice. Hoard what little she had and die slowly, or give it away in faith and watch me multiply it. She chose faith. She made the prophet a meal, and her jar of flour never ran out. Her jug of oil never ran dry. Every day she reached into containers that should have been empty, and every day they were full. Why? Because generosity in scarcity activates abundance in perpetuity. She gave when logic said, "Keep it." I multiplied because faith said, "Trust me." So it is with you. You have given when you could not afford to. You have blessed this ministry, clicked super thanks, supported what carries my voice even when your account was low. That was not foolishness. That was faith. And tonight, the system respond. The 815 million is already calculating your acts of generosity. Every seed you planted in faith is producing harvest you have not yet seen. The widow's jar never emptied because her faith never stopped flowing. Your accounts will never run dry because your gratitude never stopped giving. Now let me tell you what is happening in the spiritual realm as you listen. Angels are moving. Michael, your assigned warring angel, has drawn his sword and is cutting through every demonic delay, every satanic assignment, every generational curse that has been blocking your financial breakthrough. Gabriel, the messenger angel, is carrying decrees to keep people in your life, employers, investors, partners, clients, people who hold keys to doors you need open. They are suddenly thinking about you. They will reach out unexpectedly. They will say yes to opportunities they were going to decline. Ministering angels are going before you right now, making crooked paths straight, removing obstacles you do not even see yet, opening doors you stopped knocking on, resurrecting opportunities you gave up on. Warring angels are engaging in battle on your behalf, dismantling strongholds, breaking yokes, canceling contracts signed against your bloodline generations ago.
And right now, as you listen, the atmosphere around you is shifting. The heaviness is lifting. The fog is clearing. The confusion is breaking. Peace is returning. Hope is rising. Faith is strengthening. Because this is not just a word. This is a decree. And when heaven decrees something, hell has to respond. The 815 million is not just financial, beloved. It is total restoration. When I release wealth over your life, I also release health, peace, joy, clarity, purpose, relationships, and influence. Because wealth without health is misery. Wealth without peace is torment. Wealth without purpose is emptiness. But wealth combined with wholeness, that is abundant life, and it starts flowing tonight. Now let me tell you a story that happened just last month. This is not fiction, this is testimony. There was a woman in Florida, single mother, 2 2 children, behind on rent, car barely running, credit cards maxed out. She was sitting on her couch at midnight after her kids went to bed, scrolling through her phone, exhausted from working 2 jobs and still not making enough. She was ready to give up, ready to file bankruptcy, ready to walk away from everything, and she came across one of these messages. At first, she almost scrolled past it. She thought, I have heard this before. I have tried believing before. Nothing changes for me. But something stopped her finger from swiping. A still small voice inside said, listen one more time. Give me one more chance. So she did. She plugged in her earphones and listened to the entire message while sitting in that dark living room with tears streaming down her face. And when I said, type 777, she obeyed. She did not fully understand all the theology. She did not have all her questions answered. She just obeyed out of desperation, out of a tiny seed of hope buried under mountains of disappointment. Within 36 hours, she received a call from a company she had applied to 4 months earlier. They said the position had reopened unexpectedly, and they wanted her. The salary was double what she was making, full benefits, sign-on bonus. She sat in her car and could not stop crying. Then 2 days later, her landlord called. He said he had been praying about her situation and felt led to forgive 2 months of back rent, just like that. Then the following week, she received a letter in the mail, a settlement check from a class action lawsuit she had forgotten. $2,800. She called it a series of miracles. I call it covenant activation. Because when you align your faith with my voice, when you say yes, even when everything says no, when you type 777 as an act of obedience, I align my resources with your availability. So here is what I need you to do. 3 action steps. And if you take these 3 steps with a sincere heart and genuine faith, you will position yourself to receive everything I am releasing. First action step. Steward what you have right now. Do not wait for the 815 million to show up before you start acting like a good steward. That is backwards. Clean up your finances today. Face the numbers you have been avoiding. Open the bills you have been afraid to look at. Write down your income. Write down your expenses. Track where your money is actually going. Most people have no idea where their money disappears to. You cannot steward what you do not track, so measure it, face it, own it, then make a plan. Cut the subscriptions you do not use. Stop buying things you do not need with money you do not have. Stewardship is not complicated. It is discipline. It is delayed gratification. It is choosing long-term legacy over short-term comfort. And I need to see if you can be faithful with $100 before I trust you with 100 million. Faithfulness in the small unlocks authority in the large. So clean up your finances today. Pay the bill you have been avoiding. Make the phone call you have been dreading. Set up the payment plan you have been putting off, because the moment you take responsibility for what you have, I can trust you with what I want to give you. Stewardship is the bridge between where you are and where I am taking you. Second action step. Sow something as a seed of agreement with this decree. This is not manipulation. This is about you activating the law of seed time and harvest. Faith without works is dead. You cannot sit on your couch, listen to this message, feel inspired, and then do nothing. Faith moves. Faith acts. Faith sows. So I need you to sow something today. Give what you can, not what you cannot, but give something. Sow it into a ministry that is feeding the hungry and preaching the gospel. Sow it into this ministry if this word has impacted you. But here is the key. Do not sow to manipulate God. Sow to align with God. When you sow, you are saying, I believe what you said. I am putting my money where my faith is. And when you sow in faith, you activate the ancient law I established from the beginning. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will never cease. But you cannot reap what you refuse to sow. Generosity is not loss, beloved. Generosity is language. It tells heaven, I am not a hoarder. I am a river ready to flow. Third action step. Prepare space, mentally, spiritually, practically, emotionally,
Start acting like someone who is about to manage 815 million in kingdom assignments. This is not arrogance. This is preparation. You prepare the vessel before the oil flows. You build the barn before the harvest comes. So start preparing now. Mentally, expand your thinking. Stop thinking survival. Start thinking generational wealth. Start thinking kingdom impact. Start thinking legacy that outlives you. Read books on financial stewardship. Listen to podcasts about building businesses with integrity. Get around people who think bigger than your current situation. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you are spending time with broke people who have poverty mindsets, you will stay broke. But if you get around people who are building, creating, solving problems, you will rise to that level.
Spiritually, start praying different. Stop praying survival prayers. Stop praying, God help me make it through this month. Start praying kingdom prayers. Start praying, God give me strategy to build generational wealth that honors you. Start praying, God position me to cancel debts for single mothers, fund scholarships for orphans, build schools, plant churches. The moment you shift your prayers, I shift my response. Practically start positioning yourself for increase. Clean up your credit. Open a savings account if you do not have one. Start learning about investments. Educate yourself, because when the 815 million starts flowing, you need to know how to steward it wisely. Now, beloved, we are at the most critical moment. This is where you seal everything you have heard. This is where you move from hearing to doing, from believing to receiving. And I need you to stay focused, because the enemy will try to distract you right now. He will try to make you scroll away. You are not going to let him steal this moment. Here's what I need you to do. 3 final actions that will lock in this decree. First, go to the comments right now and type 777 one more time. When you type 777 at the end of this message, you are saying, I heard the whole word. I received the whole revelation. I am in full agreement with the whole decree. You are sealing what has been spoken. So go now and type 777. Then add these words. Type, I receive the 815 million decree of blessing. I am a steward, not a hoarder. I am a river, not a reservoir. I will use everything God gives me to advance His kingdom. Let your words become a legal document in the courts of heaven. Second, subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Hit that subscribe button right now. Why? Because this channel is not about entertainment. It is about activation. It is about breakthrough. And when you subscribe, you position yourself to receive more words like this, more decrees that will fuel your faith.
You are also helping this message reach someone else who is desperate, someone who is about to give up. Your subscription could be the reason they see this at the exact moment they need it most. So subscribe now, then hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up, because the algorithm will push this to more people when you engage. Your like is not just for you, it is for the kingdom. Third, share this video with 3 people today, not next week. Right now. Think of 3 people who need this word. 3 people struggling financially. 3 people believing for breakthrough. 3 people who are tired of waiting. Send them this video. Text it. Post it. Email it. Because when you share this message, you become a carrier of the decree. And carriers always receive first access to what they carry. That is kingdom law. What you make room for in others, I make room for in you. So share this with 3 people today and watch what I do in response to your obedience. Now, before I close, I want to pray a blessing over you. Close your eyes. Put your hand on your heart. Feel my presence surrounding you like a warm embrace. I am wrapping you in peace that surpasses understanding. Every anxious thought is being silenced. Every fearful imagination is being dismantled. Every lie the enemy whispered is being evicted and replaced with truth. You are not going back to the wilderness. That season is over. You are stepping into the promised land, the land of abundance, the land of overflow. In the mighty name of Jesus, I seal this word over your life. I activate this decree. I release this blessing. The transfer is complete. The vault is open. The flow has begun. In the name of Jesus, I decree and declare that the 815 million in divine blessing is released over your life
right now. Angels are moving, doors are opening, provision is flowing, favor is surrounding you, peace is guarding you, joy is filling you, clarity is guiding you, purpose is awakening in you. It is done. It is finished. It is sealed in the courts of heaven. Now go and watch me work. Amen and amen.